I'm TJ Wilcox, and I am an artist. I work with film and video and collage and drawing and all sorts of things. And I'm here in Grand Rapids showing a work of mine that was made about 2 years ago that's called In the Air, which is a 360-degree video projection panorama. So I started to make In the Air, as I said, a couple years ago, but it was really precipitated by a studio move that I made in New York. And the super, the guy who runs the building, told me, TJ, you have to come see this amazing new space. It hasn't been available for rent in 25 years. It turned out to be a small structure, almost like a caretaker's house on the roof of the building, on the 18th floor. It's very ramshackle. It looks a little like a gardener's shed or something. But it has views in the round, a 360-degree view of New York City on all sides. And because it's the tallest building in the neighborhood, these views are virtually unobstructed. And then I started to try to work there, and I was so overwhelmed by these incredible views that I wasn't getting much work done, and I was really finding my days spent primarily looking out the window. And I thought, actually maybe that's an interesting activity, and that the studio in which works of art are made often influence the work that's produced therein, and that's a very interesting aspect of the work that's often lost once the work enters the wider world. In my film, you see me looking at the city, and I like to think of that as an empowering suggestion that everyone's individual view at the city, of a city or any environment in which they find themselves, is compelling and noteworthy. We all feel we own, in a way, our impressions of New York City. It's a place that exists beyond the imagination. It is a kind of cinematic scape in its own right. And so it's a very rich and evocative subject to mind, for me and for everyone, I think. History can be presented in a very uniform way, when in fact it's much more complicated than that, as we all know. And all stories and all histories are ours for the making. And as interesting as primary narratives are about history or experience, ultimately, and as every art museum attests, it's the individual view that in the end has the greatest significance for each of us.